Coming up on the Sprites Nintendo Show.
Pull your socks up because they're about to be blown off by Nintendo in 2025, and I know exactly who will be doing the blowing.
What? Oh, and we show you 3 pieces of gaming artwork so bad
they make us look good. And what if Mario was actually a down-on-his-luck, good-for-nothing bum living in New York?
No.
But first, there's been a buffet of Switch 2 leaks of late, and there are only really 2 possibilities for what the system will launch with.
Oh, what?
Mario Kart 9.
And?
Well, put it this way. If it isn't Mario Kart 9, Nintendo are Let's not forget it's been over a decade since the last proper Mario Kart, and whenever they launch a new one, it sells like grease down at the dwarf bowling lane. I also think it will be called Mario Kart Ultimate, because who the wants 9 in the title?
Just tell us the other launch title.
Well, the next mainline Mario game, obviously, the sequel to Odyssey.
Ah, that seems most likely.
Well, he's gone into space, he's been around the world, so do you know what's left?
What?
Time travel.
How will that work?
Don't worry about how it will work, Hev, it's a Mario game.
You know, the more I think about it, we've kind of already had that though.
What?
Think about it. In Mario Odyssey, there was all that dinosaur business. Medieval-looking places with dragons, futuristic places. Although Odyssey was a trip around the world, it was also kind of a trip through time too, thematically anyway.
Well, that's all over my fire.
It's almost certain there will be a new Nintendo ecosystem along with the Switch 2 as well. Remember, 3 years ago, they started investing around $2.5 billion into what they called expanding relationships with consumers. Everyone took that to mean the pretty lackluster online infrastructure.
You just know it's gonna be They'll be getting smartphones involved again. Weird terminology no one really understands, and I bet it still won't have decent voice chat. Instead of Discord integration, Miiverse will be rolled out again, so everyone can sit staring at phallic doodles while they wrestle with whatever motion control gimmick is being rolled out this time around.
Do you have to be so cynical this early in the year?
I prefer realist. I mean, come on. We'll be lucky if they've added new head shapes to the Mii creator.
2024 featured some lovely gaming artwork.
And some artwork so bad you'll assume someone just opened Photoshop while the dog was humping the keyboard.
Even by the occasionally low standards of Nintendo's eShop, these aren't very good.
Look closely at this. The game is called Cyberpunk Speed Assassin, but the name is spelt wrong on the logo.
A trait of AI generation. The buildings are skewed and broken too.
Yes, this is another example of someone poking a big red button with AI written on it, and then paying zero attention to the outcome. Pathetic.
The next is merely one of several infamous unpacking rip-offs. Again, using some horrendous AI generation.
Yes, we could have picked any of these. They're all equally awful and symptoms of a growing problem Nintendo, and everyone else for that matter, must address. But the worst. The artwork's so bad, not even an aroused dog could hump this onto the screen, is whatever the this is.
There's actually a few more like this too, from the same publisher. Take a look at some of these others.
No. No! Stop it! Stop it! Please! I beg you! That spinning thing from Super Mario Bros. 3 generates a random discussion topic for us to bitch about. So let's have at it!
Final? Mario? Game! Oh, what could the very last Mario game ever look like?
There never will be a final Mario game, Hev. Even as the universe decays and all matter is but a dying ember, there will still be the occasional echo of Wahoo! Let's-a go! And other various cliched Italian stereotypes.
Well, that cheered me up.
Once you've gone into space, gone around the world, and, as we discussed earlier, back in time, there will be a point where Mario has literally done everything.
Ah, but that's what everyone says, and then, ta-da! Nintendo drops a new idea, and we all go, wow! Why didn't anyone think of this before?
I'm still hoping a really gritty, down-to-earth reimagining of Mario comes along, like the Batman was, only with plumbing and drugs.
What are you on about?
The final Mario game. Maybe he wakes up and it was all just a drug-fueled hallucination. It could have a kind of dark noir narrative. A down-on-his-luck Mario. He always imagined himself playing the hero, but the reality is, he got fired from his plumbing job and he's lying in a rain-soaked gutter covered in urine.
Oh, hell.
He does some mushrooms and then starts stamping on people's pet turtles, collecting coins he finds on the floor, hitting his head on brick walls. A real train wreck, you know. And he better hope to God he doesn't run into any women wearing pink.
Stop it! Anyway, maybe the last Mario game could be like a greatest hits of all his previous adventures. They can mix things up. 1 minute you're using Flood in a 2D pixel game.
Isn't that just Mario Maker though?
Oh, I guess so.
Brooklyn, New York. Perfect place for a low-down plumber like me.
You're not doing this gritty noir thing now.
It's raining again. I like the rain. Rain hides the tears and washes away the blood.
Stop it!
My brother, Luigi, just OD'd on that superstar dust. I barely even noticed. Is Gal Daisy doing whatever she can to make ends meet? Anything.
Stop it! Stop it!
And so, this'll be my last adventure. My last great journey down the pipe, so to speak. I wake as I always do to the smell of mushrooms and feces.
Right, that's enough. On to the next segment. Remember ARMS?
Vaguely.
It was a Switch game released early on. One of those look what the Joy-Cons can do kind of games.
I remember now. There was a kind of buzz at the time that it might be another Splatoon success story for Nintendo. But there was a problem.
What?
It wasn't.
Maybe so, but it was no failure. In fact, it sold better than games like Bayonetta, Mario Strikers, and even Xenoblade. Seeing as we've been talking about Switch 2 predictions, it would be foolish to rule out ARMS 2. Better Joy-Cons could be just what a sequel needs.
The reason no one cares about ARMS anymore could be summed up in one word.
What?
Vagueness. Splatoon worked because the pinpoint precision required for a competitive online experience wasn't so necessary. Splatty paint coverage and nice chunky hitboxes. But ARMS was different. It needed to be more robust and precise. Even when using the Pro Controller, it was clumsy. Don't get me started on the Joy-Cons. And definitely don't get me started on Nintendo's online experience in general.
But ARMS did do something well. It was yet another enjoyable and unique game. Chalk it up as another thing only Nintendo could pull off.
Oh, full disclosure, we didn't actually buy ARMS.
Why did you tell them that?
They're not stupid. They can see all this footage is from the demo. It's fine though. The demo is all you need to get the picture. I know you're blue and weird looking, but I don't need the Marge Simpson impersonation, thank you very much. It never stopped being full retail price and we're not made of money.
That begs a question. Could a sequel work as a free-to-play game?
It does now.
Oh, I mean beyond a demo. Like a more live service, cosmetic-driven, online leaderboard kind of thing. What about ARMS 99? That could work.
Oh, that would go down like a cup of cold sick. What was it Nintendo called those kinds of games now? Free to start, was it?
I think so.
Yeah, free to start playing something else. Instead, the sequel could be called Legs. It could come with a pair of shoes as a peripheral. You have to kick your opponent to death.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fine. As long as you make sure to put the dog out first. Or maybe it could be called Groin.
Groin?
Yeah, it would come bundled with a pair of underpants with a pouch in the front for the Joy-Con. The objective would be to simply
I don't want to know!
Before you go, do me a favour, hit the like button. And if you enjoyed this episode of the Sprites Nintendo Show, you can watch another one here. If you didn't, well, what the f*** are you still doing here? See you next month!